Cheers folks and welcome to my channel. It is Alliance War number 8 in season number 6 and today we are meeting Club K. After a couple of, let's say, top 10 alliances, now we met an alliance just before Christmas that has ended Platinum 1 last season and also so far is ranked Platinum 1. This season was a bit of a strange war, to be honest, like just so close before Christmas, because everybody of course has other things to do, but at the end of the day it's nothing we can do about it. It's what Kabam gives us, and so we had to just, you know, organize in the right way and make sure that we keep our winning streak that we now had ongoing for quite a while. The team that I chose for this war is Corvus Glaive, Blade and Dormammu. I was again on path 1, as also the previous wars, but due to the constellation of opponents on this path, that's the path I chose. The, let's say, additional members to Corvus are very much always depending on who is on that poison node, and this time the poison node was a mystic champion, which was supposedly a magic, so that's why Blade and Dormammu came into play. Now, starting off on the left side, as usual, first node, node number 1. And as you can see, I always call them the warm-up nodes. Attack plus 200%, health plus 100%, and enhanced fury abilities. Still, our unduped 6-star Mystic Champion is usually not the most difficult one to fight, especially because with Blade now I also have Dormammu, so I have a danger sense from the start. Even though it's not a villain, even though it's an Iron Fist, I get that advantage for my Blade, and there already after 14 hits Iron Fist is down, and again the perfect warm-up for path number 1. And then, as usual, moving forward all the way to the left hand side, moving on to then the next node, which I had to wait a little bit until I had again more energy, but I did get some more energy still that evening, so I could continue on that path and could continue to node number 19, which was occupied by a 6-star mutant champion, and 6-star mutant champion is perfect for Corvus because Corvus gets a persistent charge when he knocks him out. And node 19, very much critical buffs, enhanced critical rate and damage, critical abilities 40% more effective, but also critical hits cause power leak. It's just very important not to be hit by that champion to make sure that you don't suffer from those critical hits, and that also you don't lose any power when they hit you with a critical hit. Turned out to be a beast, quite easy to fight. I personally have no preference if beast fires off special 1 or special 2. I find them equally easy to evade. So what I do is just parry stun him as usual, and then do my 5 combo, and then wait until I have basically 2 bars of power, and then I fire off my special 2. Doesn't quite get him down, but then he fires off his special 2, again very easy to evade, and then he's at this famous 1% health. And the good thing also, sometimes if they are stuck at 1% health, you can just hit them in the block. Sometimes you forget that, you know, you cause damage by hitting them in the block. So don't wait until they attack you and go back to you. And, you know, sometimes you can just, when they're down at 1%, you can just hit their block and they're done. And that already brings me then to the fights that I continued next morning. And in this case, it was then node number 25. Node number 25 is the famous poison node, and a rank 5 mystic dupe champion with again inflicting poison over 60 seconds. Poison abilities are enhanced by 40%, and also 250% extra attack. So have to be a bit careful. They do inflict quite a bit of damage. And also, after every 25 seconds, your power is drained. And because I've seen a lot of times a magic on that node, I suspected a magic on that node also this time. It turned out to be a magic. And what I do then with Dormammu, and that's now probably my new favorite fighting technique against magic, is to just hit her always with 2 medium attacks. Medium, medium. Wait until she hits my parry stun block, or if she fires off a heavy, and then again medium, medium. Until I get to my special 2, where I can then actually power lock her. And once I power lock her, I can do regular combos. I can hit her with regular combos, power drain her even further. And once the power lock is off, I go back to 2 medium attacks, which means that throughout the entire fight, magic does not gain any power, not even the slightest bit of power. Sometimes she doesn't go into parry stun, so sometimes I just have to wait until she fires off her heavy and then evade and then go back. And again, once I'm at a special 2, I fire off special 2, I power lock her. Once I power lock her, I do normal combos, and once the power lock is over, I go back to medium, medium, power draining her all the time. You see, she does still do quite a bit of damage just from hitting my block, but I mean, that's nothing compared to her activating her limbo. So it's really, I have for myself found the safest way, except for blade. So when you can't use blade, and here on this node, there is still a possibility that she does inflict her poison. The safest way I found is to just fight her with Dormammu, and this was a rank 5 magic, so that's as high as it can be. Can't be any more difficult than that. And that already brought me then to node number 41. Node number 41, enhanced bleed, bloodletting, and 175% extra attack and health. Champion boosts, a 6-star tech on bleed, enhanced bleed node is usually a Yondu. Now the good thing is that with Corvus, as long as I have my glaive charges, I don't suffer from his bleed. And also, of course, I have the mutant mission, so I have 1 charge already, but this tech champ gives me then the next mission, which is the tech mission, which is perfect, which means after this fight, which is done after 15 hits, I have 2 persistent charges with Corvus Glaive, which will come in very handy during the next fights. Then after this, I had to wait until my fellow teammates unnoded me for then node number 45. And once that was done, I also waited until I had enough energy to go directly to the mini-boss. And on this node number 45, again, enhanced crits, plus 200% attack, plus 300% health. And everything with critical is enhanced, 40% crit rate and damage. So again, it's not a very difficult node because you can parry stun the opponent, so that is not a problem. The only thing you have to watch out for is to not let your guard down and not let the opponent hit you. And it turned out to be a Deadpool X-Force. The thing with Deadpool X-Force, the one thing that is dangerous is that when he is at 30%, he gains power. So when he's at 30%, he should not have more than 1 bar of power. If he has 1 bar of power and then gets his power gain in the end, then he gets to a special attack 3. And that can be really, really, really risky, really dangerous, because he causes a lot of bleed there. But if you keep him just below 1 bar of power at 30% health, you are fine. You have no issue. He will not get to a special 3. And then special 1 and special 2 are both easy to evade. And then already moving on to node number 47, also here enhanced crits, starting with 1 bar of power, and also the special 1 is unblockable, this is 30% more damage, and also here we have 200% extra attack and 300% extra health. And because it's be wrong on your timing. It can happen. You can make mistakes in fights. That's just normal. That's just human. I take the invulnerability boost to make sure that even if Iceman's special one hits me, I can actually take it at least once and don't die from it, because that's what's really the dangerous thing here, to get hit by his special one. But actually what happens is he does not even get to his special one. I get him to his special 2, which is good. And then before he gets to his next special 1, I get to my special 2, fire it off, and he's already down. So that's a good thing. If you have 2 charges with Corvus Glaive, you get down an Iceman very, very quickly. You don't suffer from Cold Snap in the beginning because he's immune. So you can just really focus 100% on potentially evading his special 1, which really is the most important part on node number 47. And then it was already time for the mini-boss. Mini-boss, stun, immune, enhanced special 1, meaning also here special 1 is unblockable and plus 30% damage. And the usual mini-boss champion boosts, 200% attack and plus 500% health. And going in against Archangel with, of course, Corvus Glaive with 2 persistent charges. And also take an advanced power boost because I just wanted to make sure that I get to my special 2 as quickly as possible, so I can hopefully fire off 2 special 2s, or already after first special 2 have him almost down. That was the goal of this fight. And you wait until he fires off his heavy, evade his heavy, then counter attack, and they already have my special 2, which takes off quite a bit. And then what I do is I wait for him to fire off his special 1, which he does here. And again, in his special 1, which is unblockable, only the first punch is unblockable. The shots afterwards are actually blockable, but also you can evade them as you want. And if you have the chance, like here when he fires off again another heavy, I like to get him above his special 1, so he can actually fire off his special 2, which is actually easier to evade, but unfortunately for some reason I just didn't evade far enough, so I got clipped very shortly at the end, but nothing too dangerous. And also it was my last fight of the day, so it was a mistake that was forgivable. Didn't change anything about the fact that I did manage to clear my path with no death, and that's the only thing that counts at the end of the day. And also, I can say that we did win this war and made ourselves a little Christmas present of our own. And that means that we now at winning streak has extended to number 7. And we're still in the race for top 3. Actually, after this war, we are on position number 3. So now we have to make sure that we keep this position. I hope that you found this video again useful, helpful. If you liked the video, feel free to give it a like. If you are new to the channel and would like to see more videos like this in the future, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you all very, very soon on my channel. Cheers, folks.